The Nintendo Switch has a ton of accessories, and sometimes it can be very difficult to figure out which ones are top quality, which ones are worth my time, and which are just pure aesthetic in comparison to something that actually has a practical use, something that will make your overall gaming setup just that much better. Recently, I talked about this Wingman converter, which allows you to use Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, and PS4 controllers on the Nintendo Switch, and I really liked it because it was practical, but it was also very easy to set up. And now, friends, I got two more products to show off because, hey everybody, Juan here, welcome back, and today we'll be taking a look at first the Powerbay Ethernet Dock. This beautiful thing looks like a tiny GameCube, but it has a ton of features, which we're talking about GameCube. How about two GameCube controller ports? And this is about half the size and width of the Nintendo Switch dock, which makes it very practical if you want to remove some clutter from your space. But it's also called Ethernet because when you turn it around, boom, you can see I actually plugged in an Ethernet cable, because that way if you're playing games online and your Wi-Fi connection isn't too stable, you don't really have to worry about that. And if that was not enough, my friends, we'll also be taking a look at the Switch HDMI cable, which hypothetically, say you want to completely remove the dock from the equation, or you're going to be traveling eventually and you don't want to just be carrying all of this with you. All you do is take this lovely cable with you. It has an HDMI out. The shorter end of the cables, you plug this into a power outlet with the included power brick, and then you plug this end to your Nintendo Switch. I want to give a huge thank you to Brook for sending in these products for review and supporting my channel, and all of the opinions that are about to be shared are my own. As a matter of fact, I made sure to take an extra 2 weeks reviewing these products to make sure that I put them to the test, not just in my home office, but in other spaces as well. And overall, I gotta say, they are definitely top notch. So without further ado, make sure to subscribe, and let's first talk about the Powerbay Ethernet Dock. So the first question many of you may have is, how reliable is the product, right? Because when you talk about third-party products on the Nintendo Switch, you know, when the Switch first came out, some of them were faulty and all of that. But something that I really like is that when we take a look at the back again, you'll notice that I'm using the original HDMI cable for the Switch as well as the power cable. And that's because they suggest that you do that. And I think that eases a lot of the concerns that people may have about these things. And then you see I have a slim Ethernet adapter here, which right here, when we go over to the screen, you see right off the bat, I see this lovely little icon, which I had never seen before. So when I first plugged in the Ethernet adapter, the cable, I was wondering, like, how do I know it works? Oh, it's like this little cable thingy here. And then you see that I have Super Smash Brothers, and I think that the best way to talk about this product is actually just to put it to the test. So you see here, I have a GameCube controller. Going to be plugging it right here. Something that I love is that the light actually changes when you plug in the GameCube controller. So that way, it's an easy way to know that, hey, it detects it and it's functional. So you can see it's fully functional. I should have unwrapped this, but we're doing this live, people. We are doing this live. It's fully functional and the rumble works. Damn it, Smash. I literally updated you last night. But something while the game loads, I can't stress enough how much I like this, because this is the original Nintendo GameCube adapter for the Wii U and the Switch. Look at this and compare to the size of the dock. Like, these things are huge. If I show the size comparison, this is wider than the entirety of this dock. Now, of course, the dock only has support for 2 GameCube controllers, which some people may not like, but honestly, like in my case, I really only care about plugging 1 or 2 of them in. And you'll see here on Smash, because I read up a lot about this, there's multiple adapters or docks that do something similar, but then they'll detect the GameCube controller as a generic controller. But you see that some of the icons actually switch. So you see the X over on edit. So if I press that, it actually works. So it fully detects it as a GameCube controller, which, if you're looking for a dock, this one is portable, it's functional, it's got Ethernet, but then the GameCube controller also works. And ultimately, I think that's what everybody wants, right? It's like the defining features of a product, have them be functional, and they really are. So I'm just going to be terrible in Smash here for a second. And it's actually motivated me to play Smash a little bit more, because I bought it when it first came out. I got that adapter to play Smash, but Honestly, it was very ugly, and I was looking at many different solutions that people had on Etsy to just connect everything. I clearly cannot talk and play at the same time, or play for that matter, but I truly do love the simplicity of this device. And when we'll talk about the other one in just a second, Brook products are very good quality, and I've actually used some of their products in the past, and some of my best friends who are big in the arcade scene, the fight sticks and all that, even like over a year ago, they would be like, hey, you should get some of these products because some of you know I have a modded arcade 1-up cabinet, and some Brook products were suggested. Wait a minute. Hey, we'll get that. I'm calling that a victory. But something that I wanted to show you is I have here my PS3 controller. This is a flashback to my previous video. So now I'm actually going to be switching the screen here and plugging in this Wingman adapter, which once again lets me use a PS3 controller, Xbox One, 360 multiple on the Nintendo Switch. You'll see it's flashing, and then all I got to do is plug this cable here ever so carefully. You'll see detects it already. Already did a rumble, and just like that, it is functional. Now, this is not something that would be ideal, but I'm curious if I can do this. Okay, so I'm going from a GameCube controller on Smash to a PS3 controller. I didn't even know the screen existed, so when you switch cables, Smash is like, hey, just to confirm, move over to the character, kind of like the select screen. So today I learned something. Let's press start. And there you go. If you actually use a PS3 controller to play Smash, let me know. This right here is the current retail price. Because of the pandemic and everything, things are all over the place, so it's not so easy to find things sometimes. They may go out of stock. As a matter of fact, in the description of this video, I'm going to leave some Amazon affiliate links if anybody's interested in buying any of these products. But let's put it this way. Would I actually recommend that you get this Powerbay Ethernet adapter as a switch to the Switch HDMI Dock? This was actually hitting all the way back there for the past month, people. Ever since I got this, it's been, I think it's one of the first products in many years that is not just as good quality-wise as the official one, but given the two GameCube ports, the Ethernet compatibility, and all of these different things, I'm like, wait a minute, all of a sudden this is just like very outdated. You are technically losing out on one USB port because there's one back on the Nintendo Switch. But honestly, I think without question, if you're looking to upgrade your Switch dock, and mainly if you want to play with the GameCube controller, I do think it's something that you should definitely consider. And now talking a bit about the Switch HDMI cable, what I like about it the most is the beauty in its simplicity and the build quality. It's a very sturdy, thick cable. Like sometimes with some third-party products, you're going to be very concerned about them breaking down or if the cables get bent or something. But as you can see, this first cable here, which this is the one that plugs in to a power strip or something, you just plug this in over here. And this cable is about 3 feet long. So it's lengthy enough. So say that I have my Switch here on my desk, I can just plug this in over there. And then the other end, which is about 4.5 feet, you plug this on the Nintendo Switch. This is really beneficial if you actually just want to put the Switch on the back or something, because keep in mind, and sometimes I forgot about this, because you have the Switch plugged in via this HDMI cable, it's like if you're putting it out to your television. So you're actually still going to have to remove the Joy-Cons if you want to use them. You can't just grab the Switch. Ideally, that would be kind of amazing, right? Like a 2-screen solution or something, almost like aching back to the days of the Wii U. But that is not an option. Right now, with the whole process of the pandemic and people maybe eventually being able to travel, maybe you don't want to lug all of this in because you got to take this, the HDMI cable, the power strip. Because this is all self-contained, you can easily just wrap this around and then just take it with you. And in my case, I don't like the Joy-Cons. I hate the Joy-Cons. I'm going to go out on my way to say that. If anything, that's yet another reason why I love using this GameCube controller. This allows me to free up some additional space, so maybe I can take the Pro controller with me or any of the 8-bit controllers, which I've talked about in the past. But overall, I gotta say, after using both of these products for the last month, I continue to be impressed. And as a matter of fact, put it this way, I usually have my consoles all plugged in to my left, and they're in this desk off screen, like this tiny little table here. But then I like this so much because I freaking love the GameCube, right? And the fact that it does have that front that gives you those GameCube vibes, I thought to myself, this is small enough that I can just put it right there. And then if I want to take the Switch out and use it, portably in handheld mode or something, I can just do that. And the fact that it is visually appealing, it is practical. You're actually gaining two different things that the original Switch dock does not give you. Hey, that is a pretty good deal. So this is the price for the Powerbay Ethernet dock, and this is the price for the Switch HDMI cable. Once again, because of the pandemic, your mileage may vary when you go to Amazon or anywhere else. Don't be afraid to go down to the comment section and let me know if you have any questions about these products, and I'll gladly respond, because I know, once again, this is a very concerning thing sometimes when you get third-party products. But after extensive use of playing things like Smash, I play Breath of the Wild, a couple of retro games or retro-inspired games, and whether we're talking about 2D or 3D games, at no point was my screen flickering, at no point that I feel like my Nintendo Switch was going to catch on fire, because if that was going to happen, I mean, it would make for an entertaining video. I think the title of this would be a little bit different, but I know it's sometimes very hard and difficult to find honest reviews, and I would not sit here and talk about something in a positive light if I didn't feel like that. And sometimes you do have these opportunities to review products, and they're a little bit more in the gray area. So that's why whenever I review a product in this channel, know that if I recommend it, I will talk about it. If it's not something that I would recommend, I'm going to have a fun time with something like that PS3 controller video that I did. Or honestly, I'd rather just throw away all the concept and not even record a video just to not waste your time with something that isn't worth talking about. So if you like this product, make sure to subscribe, give me that thumbs up, and I just got to thank all of you for my previous video. There are going to be a whole lot of PS3 videos from here up until the PS3 store's closure during the month of July. I talked about 6+ games in my previous video with over 3,000 views, which is just ridiculous. Thank you all so much. Going to be talking about some PS1, PS2 games, exclusive PSN digital games that you should check out in the future. So up until next time, thank you for watching and supporting, and take care, everybody.